Hello everyone, this is a video for the Annie Goodwin Syndicate. Well guys, we had a sensational outing with Bruno down at the Tryon International 3-day event. This was our preparation run towards our goal of Le Moulin 5-star. We contested the 4-star short, which was it's a pretty competitive field. There was 20 or 30 horses in the class. Bruno's been working really well in the lead up, and I've sort of been nurturing him along this season just because I knew our goal was going to be in June in Germany, and I was sort of cautious not to push him too hard in the early parts of this year in the winter. And I feel like it's worked because he's feeling fresh as a daisy, and he's getting better and better, and his performance this weekend was for sure our sort of best performance in all three phases. The dressage was great, the show jumping was brilliant, and the cross country, I've never felt Bruno go so well. So I've got my tail up, I've got a spring in my stride, and I really feel like we're going to Le Moulin with a horse that's humming. So what you're seeing here is the dressage. I think this was on Thursday morning, and Bruno was the very first horse to go in the class, and he did a rip-roar of a dressage test. I think we scored a 28 or 27, I can't remember, but it was a great score. We were right up there, I think maybe in second or third or fourth place after the dressage, and I was just really pleased with the way Bruno felt. He's getting quite seasoned now in all the movements, and I have to say I think finally our partnership's really gelled. Like, I know him through and through, he knows me. I don't know, and he's just really enjoying himself too. I sort of wanted to use this event as a bit of a dress rehearsal for Le Moulin, so we got here a day early and got Bruno well settled in. Had a couple of practice dressage rides. Silver and Bettina have been sort of helping me with the training at home. And funny enough, he's finding this test very easy now. This is a 4-star test B. And like even this flying change, like this event last year, we were all over the shop. And Bruno's now sort of going through all the movements of the test in great style. Show jumping was absolutely brilliant. I don't want to curse myself because our next event's very important, but he didn't even breathe on a rail in the show jumping. Peter Wild came up to the farm on, Monday, and we had a great jump school there. And he just feels happy and healthy in his body. He's jumping a lot straighter. The cross country, which you see in a minute, was just absolutely brilliant. The thing I loved about the cross country is I think it will relate a lot to what we're going to expect at Le Moulin, a very technical, twisty course. And Bruno's loving it. Like, he was like a magnet to the jumps. He just sort of almost knew all the fences to jump. And very pleased. I think he was the fastest horse of the day, and honestly we weren't even pushing him that hard. What he's brilliant at though is, like, you hardly have to touch his mouth to slow him down. He backs himself up and jumps well. So obviously we'll get the vets to look him over on Monday or Tuesday, but I'd encourage anyone that's thinking of doing the trip to Le Moulin to come along, because I think we're in great shape and we're going to be very competitive. The show jumping at Le Moulin's massive, and that's Bruno's strongest phase. And if he jumps anything like he did here, we're in for a real good chance of a clear round in the show jumping at Le Moulin. And we've got must have 4 weeks to go, so he's carrying a little bit extra weight at the moment, so I want to trim him down a little bit. And I think we'll probably have 4 or 5 more hard gallops on him, and that should trim him up a bit. And I don't know, he's feeling fresh and loving his job at the moment. And I've got to say, I've got to get myself a little bit fired up for the show jumping, because sometimes I'm almost a bit too relaxed with Bruno, knowing that he's going to jump well, and got a little bit strong down this line. They built that line very short, but Bruno jumped it for fun. We might go to a jumping show in a couple of weeks, but with the whole weekend, this was my favourite part. It was the cross country. The ground was good. This Tryon's an amazing place. It's an old golf course, and they irrigate the course, so the 90% of the turf is just beautiful spongy grass. And it's Bruno's sort of course. It's a bit twisty and turny, and he's got speed too. Like when you sort of squeeze him with your leg, he spurts off, and you can see even down this line his ears are pricked, and even at the last minute he sees this jump and pushing. So we'll get Bruno home, probably have an easy week this week. I'm going to plan to gallop him on Friday. We're very lucky to, if the ground's hard, we've got access to some synthetic gallops. Saying that, I feel like the fitness that we've put into him in the last year or year and a half, I suppose we've been together now, is like he's getting this real base fitness on him. And even though he doesn't have a lot of thoroughbred in his pedigree, he's got speed, and now he's starting to get a bit of endurance about him. Saying that, Le Moulin's going to be a big task. It's there's only 5 or 6 5-stars in the world, and this is one of them. And we're going to be faced with some of the best horses and best riders in the world. I think with Badminton being such a disaster this year, a lot of horses will reroute from Badminton to Le Moulin. So sadly for us, it's going to be a very, very competitive field. But I believe that the timing's right for Bruno to go 5-star. Obviously, he was very, very good last year, especially at Buccolo, and it'll be a notch harder than that. But I truly believe that he's in great shape, and we're going to Le Moulin with the hopes with the goals of being very, very competitive, and having a big win this weekend sort of reassures me that we've got him right where we want him. So thank you to everyone on the Annie Goodwin syndicate. It's been a fun ride so far, and I truly believe that it's only going to get better.